Hello, this is another summer day, middle of July, in Southern California, a little bit hot. You will hear a little buzz in the background. It's my fan going on in my shop because it is a scorcher today. The reason I'm talking to you right now is because I had a little problem with this thing I hear is dust right. The dust right is a separator from the dust under my vacuum cleaner. And the problem I had is that yes, it does separate the big chunks from the fines. The fine goes to the vacuum cleaner, but the problem is that the very, very fine goes into the vacuum cleaner and clogs the filter almost immediately, especially when I'm doing a lot of sanding with the drum sander. So a long time I tried to think about how to improve the system. Those filters are expensive, by the way. You know, you can clean it so many times and then they get damaged. So the reason I did it is I tried to cover the filter with some other material like foam and a sponge material, you know, that kind of stuff, and cloth. But they still get clogged up, and the motor overheats, you know, and then all kinds of other problems occur. Like I already burnt a motor on one of the vacuum cleaners. So I came out with a new device. The problem with the dust right is that they have one inlet on one side and the outlet on the other side. But they fight each other. For example, the inlet goes circling clockwise, but the outlet is circling counterclockwise because it's pointing to the circulation and sucks the air the other way. So best that happens is the outlet is interfering with the inlet, so the swirling inside the drum slows down. Now I did a modification on it. I put the outlet on the middle of it, on the center, and I block the original outlet. What happens is the spin increased dramatically, almost double the speed of what things is swirling in there. That gives me a more positive separation. But I still the very, very fine dust still gets through and keeps on clogging the filter. So I added a water trap. I experimented several times with the water trap, and it wasn't easy because when you have a lot of bubblings going into the bucket, it gets into the outlet, it gets into the vacuum cleaner, and makes a mess. So after experimenting about, I have a 2-inch pipe, PVC pipe, the black one. It doesn't matter really. The 2-inch PVC pipe went into almost to the bottom of the bucket. I put a 90-degree with a nail and I cap it. And the bottom of the L, I drill a bunch of little holes. Not that little, maybe 5/8, you know, maybe a half inch, maybe even less, 3/8, I suppose. I drill a bunch of 3/8 holes. And I put enough water in the bucket to cover those holes. Not too much because then the bubbles get too big and it's going to make a big splash inside the bucket. And then the outlet of that bucket on the very top. So if they have bubbles and whatnot, they have to travel way up there. And then on top of that, I put a buffle in the middle of the bucket so it wouldn't allow the splashing go up all the way up. And that works. And that reduces the very fine dust going to the filters almost to nothing. So I'm very happy with it. I'm going to show it to you in a little more detail, and you will understand more than I try to rant about. Hold on a second. To hold this thing, my tripod doesn't go high enough in here. Let me take this hose out of the way so you can see it. This is the right dust, the dust right, I should say. And here, where you see this bucket out here on the other side, it used to be the original outlet. So I moved the original outlet to the center here. So if the swirling action is not being impaired by the outlet. So it's now when the air goes in, it goes full force and it spins a lot faster, thus separating more of the solids. Now the improvement for the very, very fine dust that still got through, it came out on the other bucket that I added. So this is the bucket I added. I'm going to show you. It comes out from the dust right. It comes out from the dust right into the bucket. This pipe right here, it's got a pipe goes all the way down to the bottom of the bucket and makes an L. The L is got a cap on the other end, but it's got a bunch of little holes on the bottom of the L. It's got a bunch of little holes to let the air through. Now, out of that bucket is this other outlet that doesn't go all the way down. It just ends up on the other side of the lead. This is the outlet into the vacuum cleaner. I'm going to show you the connection between the out of the bucket into the vacuum cleaner. Here's the tube between the vacuum cleaner right there and the black bucket with the water in it. That's very simple connection. That pipe also actually it came with the dust right separator. Now I'm going to open it and remove these and show you the inside of it. Only I have to loosen up two clamps. I loosen up two clamps and then remove the bucket. Then to open the bucket, I just pry it with a screwdriver a little bit, and here is how it is inside. You can see it's a straight pipe with a 90-degree, and it's got a bunch of holes in the bottom. You see that? And it's got a baffle in the middle so that water doesn't go into the outlet. That's simple. Got a little bit of water in the bottom just to cover half of this pipe. You can see here all this dust is being clinging to the lead, to the baffle. Okay, and that's the way it closes. Okay, I don't know if you could see the speed, how the air is swirling inside the bucket increased dramatically. And the bucket I added with the water trap, and it helped a lot too. Although you get a little bit of dust to get through after all that, it's not as a tremendous problem like it was before. I just cleaned the filter on the vacuum cleaner to be I was curious since I did this, since I built this, and there's nothing like it was before. Absolutely not. Before I have a thick half-inch layer of dust all around the filter. There was nothing that I can just shake up a little bit and get rid of it. It's a tremendous improvement. I figure I pass it along in case most of you they have that's right. That's right is interested. Thank you very much. Bye bye.